Tonight. We're here united in the beauty of our diversity, united as a community, as a city, and as one people, to show not only the Metroplex and not only Texas, but the rest of this country that we will not sit quietly on the sidelines anymore. Tonight, you're going to hear from some of the most kick-ass individuals in Dallas. Men and women who are working every day to see a better future. They're going to inspire you, they're going to empower you, and maybe their words might scare you a little bit, but they're all things that need to be said. So without further ado, I would like to introduce my very close friend, Abeerah Muhammad of In Solidarity.
Hello, everyone. Were you outraged by the events in Charlottesville?
Yes!
Did you, like me, wonder where someone would even purchase Nazi paraphernalia in America in 2017? Yes! This state of outrage may be new to some of you, but it is something that people of color have felt in America for decades, if not centuries. Many of us are guilty of romanticizing the past, of saying that racism died with the civil rights era. My friends, that could not be further from the truth. In fact, many of the statues in question, the one across the street, were erected in the Jim Crow and civil rights era. A constant reminder to African American children that while their schools may be desegregated and their history books may condemn slavery, the statue of white nationalism still towers over them as they walk to and from those same schools. Racism has been bubbling just beneath the surface for many years in this country. That is evidenced by the multiple layers of institutional and systemic racism built into the very fabric of our society. Whether it comes in the form of African American mothers fearing for the lives of their young sons as they walk down the street, reaching for Skittles in their hoodies, or the mass incarceration of African American and Hispanic men for crimes that white men receive much shorter sentences for. Whether it comes in the form of people of color having to work twice as hard to afford the same opportunities in their jobs, access to healthcare, education, or even clean water like in Flint. If you are just now waking up to this realization, you have been privileged. Today, I ask that you use your privilege to confront the biases within yourself, to have uncomfortable conversations, to look to your left and look to your right and focus on your commonalities and not your differences. This is not just about statues that glorify the enslavement of our fellow Americans, but also about racism on every level. Make a commitment today to use your voice to express outrage at all forms of racism, subtle and apparent. Do not stand silent while your neighbor is oppressed. For far too long, we have turned a blind eye to racism, and look at how many lives it has cost us. Make it known that you have not so quickly and conveniently forgotten about the Holocaust, about slavery, about Japanese internment, and of racist legislation that continues to endure till today, like SB 4 and the refugee ban. Make it known to your friends of color that you are not blind to the hate crimes committed against them every single day. In the true spirit of America, we must lock arms, both literally and figuratively, and resolve not to let hate penetrate our hearts, minds, and actions. We owe it to Heather Heyer and all those that have lost their lives in the fight for justice to carry on. Thank you.